Another thrilling SEC tournament championship. I can tell you this never gets old. I told you yesterday, we just love coming to Hoover. Everything about it, from the hotel to the police escorts to the beautiful ballpark, well-run tournament. The competition, obviously, is extraordinary. And our players just love it here, and they play great. It brings out the best in us. And I don't think there's anything bad that happens with winning a championship here, because I think it, like I told you yesterday, our players are going to go to bed tonight knowing that they're going to wake up in the morning with an opportunity to win a championship. And we hope that they'll have that same experience next weekend and the weekend after that, and maybe in a few weeks in Omaha. And, you know, there's something about what an athlete has to go through to understand how to handle that type of pressure and expectations. And so, you know, when the guys go out there and play phenomenal like they did today, it's just a great thing for your team. Let me say this, beating Florida was a tremendous accomplishment by our team. I mean, that was their 5th game in 5 days. They've got an awesome team. Kevin did a phenomenal job with his young team this year. Only Florida can be bringing in guys throwing 95 miles an hour their 5th game of the week, late in the game. And, you know, I tell you, I thought our hitters battled them hard. Their center fielder made an unbelievable play on Tyler Moore's ball that kept us from getting a lead. They walked the guy and got the double play ball, made the play. I mean, they played a really good ball game. But, you know, I thought that the key to the game obviously was our pitching and the phenomenal job that Alan Dunn did in calling the pitches. And, you know, each guy that came in did what he had to do for us, and we pieced it together and pitched another shutout. And I've learned something this game. It's hard to lose when you don't give up any runs to the other team. So worst we were going to do was tie today, I guess. So it was a great victory for our team between two great ball clubs that are hopefully going to make a deep run into the NCAA tournament, and couldn't be happier.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go ahead and take some questions for the student athletes. If you'll raise your hand, we'll get a mic over to you. If you will also, please let us know to which student athlete you're directing your question. Let's start second row here on the left.
As for McMillan, you came up in a high leverage situation. Can you walk me through your at-bat with that 2-run homer?
Well, I was up to bat for a little while, and I actually wasn't feeling any pressure at all. I was actually just looking around, just seeing what I'm a part of. All the fans that came to the game, and just such a beautiful facility that we played at, and I just wanted to soak it in. I knew this is my last game at this field, and I'm just very blessed to be a part of this team. I grew up just dreaming about playing for the LSU Tigers, and for this to happen to me, it's very surreal.
Second row in the middle.
This is for Kurt. When you're on the mound, do you ever get sick of hearing Alex call for a ground ball? And what's it like having a guy like him make those plays behind you in such a tight game?
Well, having a guy like not only Bregman, but our entire defense really is just so confident. It makes our pitchers confident. We can just go in there and just fill the zone up. And I will never get sick of Alex calling for ground balls and making plays. I think it's not spoken about enough how great our defense is. And let's hope that they can keep doing that into the postseason.
Other questions for the LSU student athletes? Front row, John.
Sean, I was wondering, some guys would take a little time to savor that run around the bases after the homer, but you just kind of sprinted like you wanted to get back home plate as quick as you could. What was kind of going through your head as you go on those bases?
I wanted to make sure that, I looked at the crowd and just to see them so fired up was just unbelievable. And looking in the dugout and just seeing that, my hit is what exploded the place. And it was, like I said before, very surreal. I wasn't even worried about how fast I was running around the bases. I wanted to be with my team in the dugout and celebrating it.
Second row over here on the right.
Sean and Alex, it was a little bit of a frustrating day, but did the success of the previous 7 games help you not get frustrated when you guys didn't break through before Sean's home run?
I think that just speaks to the resiliency of this team. We could be hitting every ball hard like we were the first 3 games, and then the 4th game, nothing's falling, but we're not giving up. We knew that we were putting some good swings on balls, and we knew that they had a good pitching staff, and we were going to have to battle to win this game, and it was going to be a close game. So I think that's what Coach does a great job of. Everyone on our roster is ready to go. Everyone on our roster is ready to step up in any situation. Today it was Sean. Other days it might be somebody else. But I think that's why early on in the year everyone gets a lot of at bats in pressure situations, and Coach puts pressure on us in practice so that when the pressure situations come in the game, we can get the job done like Sean did today.
Sean, was that also for Sean?
I mean, yeah, we put together some great at-bats today, and, Florida played great defense. But we played great defense as well. I mean, it was just a very good baseball game overall. And I knew, by the fifth inning that it wasn't going to be a high-scoring game. No team was going to let runs score, and our pitching did such a great job. I mean, they really deserve all the credit.
In the back left side over here.
Sean, you've got a lot of young guys on your team, and I guess just what is this experience, winning a big game? You're going to have a lot of experience going forward and playing in other big games. What does this type championship and this experience do for them?
I definitely think that, they know that at any moment they can experience it too. We're all here to do the same thing. And, like Bregman said, everybody's ready to go. So, I was looking for the big home run I knew someone was going to hit it. I really wasn't thinking about me. I was like, oh man, Bregman's hitting the ball hard. Savic hit that ball yesterday, and I was waiting for the big hit. And when I came out to bat, I realized that it was going to be my last at bat at the stadium, and I just wanted to soak it in. I wasn't worried about what pitch was coming. Jake did a great job stealing that base, and I just knew I had to capitalize.
Second row in the middle.
Sean, Alex told us that you had a dream last night about the game-winning homer. Is that true?
Well, I actually did talk to Bregman about being that man today that puts us on top. It actually is weird, but I was talking to him that I want to be great, and I never want to settle for average, and I just knew that greatness can come in one swing, and and Bregman expressed that to me, that you can be great at any moment. It's never too late.
Let's take one more. We'll take two more for the student athletes. This one, and then we'll go to the second row. Go ahead.
McMullen, Sean, what did he throw you on the homer?
It was a slider.
What were you expecting? What were you wanting to see?
Like I said before, I wasn't even worried about what pitch was coming. I know I have a lot of confidence in myself that whatever he throws me, I can hit, and I wasn't going to strike out looking for sure. So, I really was just soaking it in. I was just living in the moment, and it really just happened for me. I'm just so blessed to have experienced this. I wasn't really thinking too technical right there.
This will be our final question for the student athletes.
This is for any of the student athletes. Kind of entered this tournament as a dark horse. How did that feel, and what should we expect out of this team going into the regionals?
Who wants that one?
The senior.
Guess I got to step up.
All right, Kurt.
Well, the way our bats have been going, it's just so much confidence going into the postseason. Just hoping that we can keep doing that, especially against the pitching we've been facing. Like Coach said, the guys coming in throwing mid-90s. If we can keep doing that, then we're going to make a good run in the postseason.
Alex, you want to thoughts on that one?
Sure. I think our team has gone through a lot of ups and downs this year. We had just come off a good weekend win against sweep against Auburn, so we were feeling very confident, and we knew if we could just keep the bats rolling like they were at Auburn, we could make a good run at this. In Coach's, I think 7 years that he's been here, 7 years that he's been here, they've won it 5 times. So we were very confident coming in, and we're just going to be a team that's going to battle. We're just going to go and battle every day and work hard every day and play the game the right way for the rest of the season. So that's what everybody can expect from us. We're just going to keep giving it 100%, and that's all we can do.
Sean, anything to add on that?
It's a really long season, and we've been through some ups and downs, but like Coach always says, you got to pay the price for success, and I have no doubt in my mind that we deserve success, and we have offensively we have 12 kids that can go out there and play at any SEC school. And, I mean, everybody's just so unselfish about it. You know, we know that it's the last couple of weeks of the season, and it's just extremely important to, you know, to capitalize on our opportunities. I think that, you know, the fact that we have won this championship, you know, definitely solidifies our confidence going into this postseason.
Sean, Alex, and Kurt, you guys are welcome to head back to your dressing room now. Thanks for coming in. Congratulations. We'll keep Coach Mainieri here for just a few more minutes. Thanks, guys. We'll start second row, right behind you, the mic. Go ahead.
Well, Paul, I guess overall, the first time you sat here this week, we were having a debate whether or not you should be a regional host. Now you're going to be a national seed. I guess just talk about the run you guys have kind of gone on here. It's been kind of crazy, to say the least.
Well, I don't want to make this sound arrogant at all, but we've been here before. This has happened before, Kendall. Back in 2008, remember, we were 6-11-1 with 4 weekends to go in the league, and we swept 4 weekends and came here and swept through this and became a national seed and took that on to Omaha. So maybe, hopefully, we'll have the same kind of result. It's a little surreal, though, to be honest with you. You know, every coach works so hard at every school. The players work so hard, and your team and your players and your coaching staff are the ones that just seem to be blessed and have the opportunities to do what we've done and taken advantage of them. And the kids, the credit all goes to the kids. You know, they've played hard the whole year. They've done everything I've ever asked them to do, and I always believed that they had it in them, even when the pundits were saying they couldn't hit or they couldn't do this or they couldn't do that. I knew how much it meant to them and how hard they were working at it, and they just never got their daubers down. You know, they just kept believing and kept playing hard. And that's all you can ask of kids, is to do their very best. And I felt that if they did their very best, ultimately we would start doing well. And this last stretch of games, this last couple of weeks, has been a fun run to be on. You can see that the players are having a lot of fun. They're playing aggressive. They're confident. But it hadn't just been the hitting. Look at what our pitching has been doing. The hitting's getting a lot of the headlines, but I don't know, how many runs did we give up in this tournament? 4 runs in 4 games. You got a chance to win some games when you do that. So, I feel really good about it, where our team is. And, the SEC tournament, as I tell the team, it's almost like there's 3 seasons. You have your regular season, 56-game grind, and then, of course, when the NCAA tournament starts. But in between, you've got this SEC tournament where you get to play for a championship, but yet what happens here still goes on your resume to the selection committee. So it's a fun time to play in a tournament, but at the same time, it means something. And our players just came here and just were very focused, very confident. They wanted to represent our university the right way, and I couldn't be more proud of them. And I hope we get a national seed.
Coach, we have one in the back.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, the thought process with going with McCune late in the game,
Yeah.
is there any kind of symbolism, or we're kind of rewarding him to get that final out?
Well, I wasn't trying to reward him, believe me. I was trying to win the game and make a decision that I thought was best for our team. There was no, first of all, Cartwright gave us 4 shutout innings. That was more than I could have asked for. Then Nate Fury comes in and throws phenomenal. Zach Pearson comes in, throws phenomenal. Am I forgetting somebody before McCune? That's it. Okay. So then Kurt McCune comes in the 8th, and I just thought he was throwing the ball amazing. I mean, as good as I've ever seen him throw it. So I told AD, everybody I'm sure thought we were going to bring Broussard in, and I had all the confidence in the world in Joe, but I just liked the way McCune was throwing, and the one thing I didn't want to do was walk Turgeon, did not start the 9th inning. And I'll tell you, I'm not sure he really did walk him. There were a couple, I felt bad for Scott Irby, the home plate umpire, because there were a couple of really close pitches that he had to call. Unfortunately, they went against us, and we ended up walking Turgeon, but I thought that he would take till he had 2 strikes, which he did. And I thought McCune gave us the best chance of just pounding the strike zone and giving us strikes there. And then my plan was to have him face Martin as well. And then I was going to bring Broussard in to face Bader. But when we got the double play ball, I don't know, I just thought the momentum was going good there. And maybe, I got to the top step. I looked up at Kurt, and Kurt looked me right in the eye and basically said, "Stay right where you are." I don't know if he would have given me the ball if I went out there. So we went ahead and let him do it, and he made a big pitch to Bader. I was glad we didn't have to face their catcher with the guy on base as the tying run, I'll tell you that.
Other questions for Coach Mainieri? Right here on the front row.
Paul, kind of two-part question. You went to Florida obviously in March, and it was probably the roughest week of the year. The Tulane and all that. Take us through how rough that was, how you kind of kept your team together, and then what's so different about the team now?
Well, today's game, the difference was we scored 2 runs and they scored 0. I mean, when we played in Gainesville, they shut us down there too. The first game, Aaron pitched a gem. It was a 1-1 game in the 9th inning, and Schaefer hit a solo homer, and we lost. And the next 2 days, they got to our pitching a little bit more, but we didn't hit much. And you can see why. I mean, Florida's just known for having one arm after another. I mean, these are the guys they pitched in the 5th day. The guy that started for them was the 9th pick in the draft coming out of high school, and he's out there throwing 97. They bring in other guys, and they're touching 97 miles an hour. Those guys are hard to hit. I thought our hitters really competed hard and did a good job. And, the Bader made an unbelievable catch, or we'd have had at least 1 run there. They turned a beautiful double play, after Kevin walked McMullen intentionally. I mean, they're a good ball club, and so there's no shame in ever losing a game to those guys. But right now, Ross, we're smelling it. We're feeling good about ourselves, and when you have a lot of confidence, it seems that good things happen for you. You're not waiting around for bad things to happen. You're forcing the action, and good things end up happening.
Second row, go ahead.
Coach, how would you describe Bregman's defense today? He made a couple phenomenal plays late, and go ahead.
Luke, I've seen it all year, and this is what I told you guys. When Bregman was struggling with the bat, my admiration for him was actually greater during that time, because when a guy is so highly touted and he's so known for his hitting, and then he struggles like he was struggling for a portion of the season, usually what happens to a player that doesn't have as much character as an Alex Bregman is he lets it affect the other aspects of his game. This kid never let it affect his defense or his base running or his enthusiasm or his hustle, his attitude around the team. And listen, when we won 30, when we won our 40th, I kept saying we wouldn't have won this many games if it wasn't for Alex Bregman's defense at shortstop. Forget about him as a hitter. Think of him as 2 different players, an offensive player and a defensive player. His defense has been critical to our team the entire year. Today, those plays that he made, we wouldn't have won the ball game if he didn't make those plays. It's that simple. So the guy's just a phenomenal player, and he loves the game. And, you knew his hitting was going to come around. His defense was always there.
We'll take 1 or 2 more. Go ahead.
You mentioned yesterday how this game can easily humble you despite how much success you have. You had the diving catch in center field with Moore and then the double play with Civic. Did you almost feel like maybe this is that humbling moment?
Well, it's, you have to fight feeling that way. I mean, I think that's a very reasonable question. I don't care how tough you are mentally. Those things start happening, and you start saying, boy, is this going to be the day that the breaks go against us? But all you can do is keep throwing zeros up there as a pitching staff and give your team a chance. And then ultimately, look at the winning rally. Bregman gets on base. He gets picked off. Fraley comes through with a 2-out hit. Here's a freshman batting in the 3-hole for LSU. Are you kidding me? Gets a base hit, and then how clutch was that stolen base? And then what happens is they bring their outfield in really shallow because they want to have a chance to throw him out at the plate. And when McMullen hit that ball, I didn't know it was going to go out the park, but I knew there was no way their outfield was going to be able to catch it because of how shallow he's playing. So I knew we had at least 1 run. I mean, that's what you do. You just keep fighting, and you keep believing, and you just keep bearing down, and ultimately good things can happen to you. But it's a lot harder to do than just to talk about it, believe me.
This will be our final question for Coach Mainieri.
Well, last but not least, Mr. Rosetta, you have the floor.
Following up on that, the question I asked you guys, what you were just talking about, you can get frustrated, but after 7 games of what you guys did, does that help guys, you think, not get frustrated?
Well, I think, like I said, Randy, I've said many times, in this business, it's the proverbial chicken or the egg question. Do you play well because you have confidence, or do you have confidence because you play well? You have to have confidence and believe in yourselves to have initial success, but the more good things that happen to you, it just keeps building that confidence and make you believe you can move mountains, that you can do anything. And I think what's happened here in the last couple of weeks has probably given our kids a lot of belief that no matter what is thrown our way, we're going to find a way to overcome it.